Hi, I'm Alvin Moore with MoreHouse Realty, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to get the highest return on investment on your property. Well, it's about three things: price, paperwork, and practice. One, you want to make sure that your property is priced adequately. You don't want to price it too low, you don't want to price it too high. The reason why you don't want to price it too high is because if a tenant is renting your property and they realize they could go across the street and get a comparable property, you'll lose a tenant pretty quickly. And it's very expensive to turn that property back over with new painting, cleaning the carpet, making sure that it's fresh and ready for the next person is more expensive than keeping your rent in a competitive rate. Paperwork. You want to make sure that you're not losing money within your paperwork. You want to have rules in place that help to determine the actions of every single thing, and that's determined by your lease. The lease needs to be adequate, it needs to be properly drawn, and it needs to be written up in a balanced manner. You want to make sure that the lease has things in it such as who's responsible for which items that need to be fixed. The yard, does the yard need to be done by a professional yard man, or is it okay if they do their own yard? Is there an HOA? The pool, is that done by a pool company, or do you have the pool service done by the tenant? That's some of the things that you need to itemize out in your paperwork. And in your practice, you need to make sure that your property and your way you're treating your tenant is systematically so that you're lined up with the fair housing laws. You want to make sure that your property is rent proof before you actually rent the property, making sure that you have permeable surfaces such as tile on the floor, something that's not going to get ruined as fast. On the drain hoses for the washer and dryer, you want to have the steel lace. On the drain hose for the dishwasher, the same thing. The steel lace is better. If there's any repairs, that will be a minimum of repairs, and those have a less chance of exploding on you. So you want to be ready with the repairs, and that's a part of the practice. You want to make sure that you get your property professionally cleaned and ready for your new tenant, and make sure that you're doing things consistently over the lifetime of the tenant, and that you're consistent for all the tenants you have. You want to make sure you have a good move-in, move-out process so that the tenants are aware of what they're going to be charged for if they damage it. It is your responsibility to take good pictures of the property to document what condition it's in before they move in and what condition it's in when they move out. If you don't have that documentation, you could wind up losing the ability to recoup the expenses for your repairs. So it's very important that you do everything systematically and by the book and make sure you have a good process. Getting the highest return on investment is important. You want to make sure you have a company that's going to work with you every step of the way to maximize your return on investment. I'm Alvin Moore. I'm with MoreHouse Realty, and I thank you for your time.